comes to your mind when we talk about limitless intelligence without the cloud? Yes, you are right. We are at Ambient Scientific booth. Let us talk about AI without limits, efficient, scalable, and ready to redefine the very core of edge AI. Today, we are having Mr. G.P. Singh. He's Chief Executive Officer of Ambient Scientific. So let's talk about him. So my first question is, Ambient Scientific is showcasing AI without limits at Electronica 2025. Could you start by sharing what the vision means for the company and the industry?
Okay. So, first of all, the AI as a compute or as AI computer, so to say, is very different from what it used to be in past. AI computers are different. They, the main difference in AI computers comes from the fact that these computers have ability to learn while they're being used, or what we call dynamically. This is a common language in engineering. So these computers can learn on the fly dynamically. Now, if these computers learn on the fly, and if they could do our everyday activity, provide more intelligence in what we do in our everyday activity, that would be a wonderful spread or wonderful use of AI. As we have conceived AI, when we say we, means the industry as a whole, and Ambient Scientific being part of that, one important agent of that, hopefully will be the leading agent of that, wherein we want to bring the AI computing down to a very small device. Why is that important? Because when AI or intelligence becomes a small, affordable, it can become very widespread. It can help people in their everyday life. But to make that happen, AI has to become extremely efficient, or AI computing has to become very efficient. What we have known from past decade, that AI computing, while very powerful in its ability, is also very expensive in money, but more expensive in power consumption. So if I wanted to build an AI device that I could carry with me in my pocket, so that it could become my personal safety device, like if I was to get into an emergency, if it was to be able to call my loved ones, or if I was being assaulted, it was able to call the authority. Such a device would not be possible unless one creates a new technology that can make AI far more efficient. That's what Ambient's vision is, to make AI far more efficient. Efficient means low power. Efficient means still high performance. Efficient means affordable. Very important. Efficient means miniature, so that it can become part of in your pocket, part of your ring in future. Intelligent AI on the edge.
Now, my second question is, in-memory compute is often seen as a niche. What are the biggest misconceptions about analog in-memory computing that you want the industry to better understand?
So, first of all, actually, the in-memory computing is actually used in many contexts. At a very big computer level, if you're dealing with a server, a program gets loaded into DRAM, that's called in-memory compute. For an AI chip, where a model or a program gets loaded into DRAM, that's not called in-memory compute. When it gets loaded into SRAM chips outside, as it has been done by a couple of companies, that can also be called in-memory compute. When the computing comes inside one particular chip and it sits into an SRAM or into a memory that is within the chip itself, that's also called in-memory compute. But for AI, or from ambient perspective, what is most important is there is a concept in AI computing which is called analog AI computing. In analog AI computing, the function that is most expensive for AI computing, called matrix multiplication, which is 95% workload of the AI computing. This actually gets done by a component that is able to hold the data, memory, also able to do the mathematical computing simultaneously, called analog AI. So analog AI combined with memory that can also hold the data, or the same component that can hold the data and also do the mathematical computing for AI, is the real sense of in-memory analog computing for AI. We are the only company so far, while many companies have tried, we are the only lucky company so far that have been able to create this breakthrough by slightly modifying the analog, by introducing what is called a hybrid form of analog. That's why we give it a name, digital analog, or DiGAN for short. This is our own creation from scratch, from very bottom up, and we have been able to achieve this. By doing so, we are able to make extremely efficient. Efficient means low power, efficient means high performance, efficient means affordable, efficient means miniature technology.
Okay. Now you have answered my third question already. Now move on to next question.
Sure.
Running AI workloads on a point cell battery is remarkable. What are the design and engineering challenges you have overcome to make it possible?
So the biggest challenge in this kit, at an engineering level, the challenge was to create this analog reliably, because it is known that analog computing cannot produce reliable and consistent results. Means when you compute and you add 2 plus 3, you should always get an answer 5. But analog circuitry or analog methods are known to sometimes create an answer of 6, sometimes create an answer of 4. Unreliable. Not consistent means sometimes it is 4, sometimes it is 6, sometimes it is 5. Our biggest challenge was to make it happen. But actually, this is the technology challenge. Problem that we had to face, the biggest, is actually the perception problem. Most of the people in industry believe that this cannot be done. That means whenever we went to a customer, we had to pass through a much bigger litmus test, because they will say, no, it cannot work. Why? Because I have read so in the paper, it does not work. So for us, from getting a customer confidence, yet another challenge. Biggest challenge comes from investors, because they have also been told that analog does not work for AI, and to make it work, multiple companies tried, and unfortunately they couldn't make it work. So we had to not face just the technology challenge, but also the perception problem that existed all around. Fortunately, we have succeeded, and now we see a lot of people, because now you can see things working.
So now let's break this perception challenge. Please tell me your latest release.
My latest release. So we actually produced our first chip. Just to get an idea about ambient vision, we have created a core, just like GPU, we call it DiGAN core or MX core. These cores can be multiplied many times to build a small chip or a large chip. We decided to first build a very small chip, because that has been my personal goal, to build a personal safety device for my own family members. In addition to my family members, if we can serve the world, great. So we created a chip called GPX10, which has a memory size of 320 kilobyte. Our latest release, which is called GPX10 Pro, has increased that memory. What that does is, it increases the number of applications. So we now have more than 150 applications that can be created with this device, or GPX10 Pro, including with our device, you can protect or monitor a human. You can do fitness check for human health, of animal health of a machine. So, or even do vision applications, including security cameras, and all this in a very, very affordable form factor and affordable price. The GPX10 Pro makes possible lot many more applications and uses our winning technology, which we hope will become the leadership of the world.
Now, my next question is India ready to benefit from your solution? What's your perspective?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, we are launching our first product in India. The launch, the public information will come towards end of this year or towards beginning of the next year. But I can share with you, this is actually a personal safety product that can be put on as a pendant. Very nice looking. It looks like a jewelry. It has a battery life of 3 to 6 months or even more with a small battery. It can automatically detect if somebody falls. In very near future, we'll also be able to do what is called assault detection. So whether a kid or an elderly or a girl or a woman or a person is being attacked, it will automatically be able to detect and send the information to their loved ones because it also has a cellular connection. One of the large companies in India is launching. Our product is designed to be for mass use around the world, including of a mass use in India. So it is very affordable. It will cost you much less than a cell phone or even a cheap cell phone, and it will be able to provide protection for our loved ones as a first version. It can also become a fitness tracker. It can become other kind of tracker. We are bringing this AI tracker to India first, and then we'll be spreading it all around the world.
So you have a huge market.
Very huge market in India, worldwide. But then again, we are a global company.
Yeah.
So world is our stage.
So my next question is, with increasing regulatory focus on data privacy, how does cloud-free on-device AI empower safer and more secure solutions?
That is actually the on-device or the edge AI is the answer of most of the problems of these data privacy problems, because while the data can be very protected in data center, because it is the data center infrastructure is built by big rich companies, so they can put a lot of protocols for data security. However, data still gets generated on everyday activity, which is on the edge or on the machine in your house, in your office, in your door, in your playground. So that data, when it travels from that place to the data center, and when the control travels back from data center to the device, that's where what we call attack surface. Because we are breaking that link, we are removing big part of that attack surface to begin with. So data privacy with the edge computing or on-device computing removes big part of the data privacy problem.
One last question. What would you like to say about your client and customers worldwide? Any message for Ambient Scientific to your client, your customers?
Well, so yes, AI computing is, especially AI computing in small devices, is new, but it is a very large field. We are expecting billions and billions of edge AI devices to be deployed. It's also a very profitable field because because AI enables features that people are able to use and people are willing to pay for, just like your cell phone. In the beginning, it seemed like it was very expensive, but when we saw its usage, we are willing to afford those. So it's very affordable. We have developed a technology that makes edge AI, on-device AI, battery-powered AI possible, and we have a complete roadmap of chips. That means once you learn the software infrastructure that we are building, once you build the hardware with our chip, you will keep building them for years and years to come. You will keep upgrading them for years and years to come. That means building with us is a great investment.
So two questions I have more.
Please.
Can you walk us through Ambient Scientific Indian presence?
Oh, we have a huge office in India. We right now around 80% of our resources, 80% plus our resources are here in India. We are launching our first product out of India. We are growing our office in Singapore, but the training of the team will be done by people from India. We are already have set up our what we call channels or distributors in 5 to 7 countries already. It's growing very rapidly. Those support and training coming right now from India. So we have a very large India presence, mostly because we as a company had a presence in past also in a different form, and because of that it was easy to build. The infrastructure here is available, lot of talent available. The Most of the engineers are able to speak the language which is understood worldwide, so it makes it very easy for us to set up a structure here. Of course, my family is here, so that makes it even better.
So my last question is Ambient Scientific getting benefited from Indian government some schemes or what? Like
No,
I don't
we have
think so
not.
that we are having AI schemes right now.
No, we have not approached or we have not interacted with government. Uh, we are a private company. I think we are quite capable of doing things privately. If government supports, that part is great, but if we have to invest our resources to fight a big bureaucracy, then that will not be a good use of our time. Because what happens is whenever you have to work with government, it's always the most experienced resources, including my time, that will have to be invested. And sincerely speaking, we don't want to invest that time with government. We want to invest that time with our customers.
Yes, right. You are right.
If government was to make it easier, like we have seen it in Singapore, where it was extremely easy process, it was just couple of meetings, total time is spent 2 hours of my time, and things happen. Unless it gets streamlined to that level, we will probably not be able to see any direct benefit from government.
Thank you so for your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much.